So jaw pain, or the TMJ or TMJD if you searching out there on Google, TMJ, temporomandibular joint dysfunction. How can I help? What causes it? The clues are always in the history. And if people have had some kind of whiplash, or if they've had orthodontic work or nerve root canal work or something like that, then obviously there may be something going on there about having the mouth open for a protracted period of time, or people have had their bite changed slightly by orthodontic work or maxillofacial work. Then we need to give that consideration. But fundamentally, the jaw, really, without the soft tissues, with just your mandible here, will fall off. And so it's the soft tissues which govern the movement and the state of tension. And so even in those situations, it's often that the masseter, the lateral pterygoids, the submandibular muscles, the stylohyoid, these various muscles around the jaw that move it, they become either in spasm or in some kind of altered state of tension. Now that can be because of those things that we've just mentioned. But I have to say that the vast majority of the patients that I see, almost always, there's a stress element, to people with jaw problems. And so I work more often with a more somatic approach or a mind-body approach with the jaw. Well, why is that such a problem? Well, studies have shown that this muscle in the side here, in what I call the Tom Cruise muscle, because it's the one that always gets clenched when he's trying to express something on screen. That muscle has been shown to be the first muscle in the whole body that increases and goes into tension when there is threat. It's probably primitive, maybe part of a snarl or a response or a stay away. Yeah, or if we get a blow when we get hit, or if we fall over and bang our heads, we'll get knocked out if the jaw wobbles about, so we instinctively lock it. All sorts of theories about why that happens. My own experience also is it's very common to find that suppressed healthy aggression, or anger, is locked there if, for various reasons, we're unable to be hold in capacity and to be with that anger and healthy aggression. And so it very often gets locked down in here. And so rather than just poking my fingers about and trying to release those muscles, I find that I get the most lasting benefits by working with people's emotional processing and work somatically and through the nervous system, and help them find a different path in the road as to why their body's putting that tension into the jaw. Another thing to say about the jaw is, I treat people, not parts. And so often people will say, oh, look, I get migraines as well from time to time, or I get headaches as well, or actually, I had this kind of frozen shoulder a while ago, or I get this ongoing back problem. And so often people will just treat those as isolated things. It's the reductionist thinking that most people are trained in, and as a Western culture we've become accustomed to thinking is the way we are. But the way I work is to see the body as a whole, not to always join the dots and make things that aren't there, but at least to be open to looking at the whole of your being and saying, well, look, we might need to look as to what's going on in the rest of the system. And I don't think those two things are separate, and certainly headaches and migraines and jaw, the big connection between many of the muscles that move your jaw are connected to the upper segments of your spine. And if you've not seen the video on headaches and migraines, those sections of the spine are very important as part of the management of headache and migraine. There is one other thing that, this isn't all just nervous system. Just a little curious anecdote. I once treated a gentleman with chronic unilateral headaches, and I just that in the end, when we looked at an existing back problem that he'd seen a chiropractor for years, and then we went, oh, well, actually, his big toe's not moving properly, and he'd had an injury to a big toe that had never been resolved. And because that had changed the propulsion mechanism, the whole biomechanical process, all the way up, and it was only when we put him on a treadmill and watched him move, because it was like, well, why is this coming back? I thought he was treating things. It was like, it's good, but when I go for a run, it comes back. So I put him on the treadmill, and the movement and the lack of movement in his big toe was fundamentally what had been causing his back problems and rippling all the way up to his jaw and causing it to click. And when we worked with that and retrained his system, then all the jaw problems went away. So really, the clues are in the history, and we've just got to look at the whole person. But there are many, many different tools that we can use. Hi, I'm Roger. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons.